Imagine a celestial being, created in the pure light of heaven, a glorious seraphim who once flew so close to God himself, his wings gleaming with eternal holiness and devotion. This being, immersed in love and adoration, was Astaroth. At the height of creation, he was among the highest angels, singing incessant praises to the Creator and vibrating with the essence of the divine. Now close your eyes and visualize a dramatic transformation. Astaroth, once shrouded in heavenly glory, has chosen a different path. The fall is not just a physical descent, but a journey away from light and grace. The powerful metamorphosis from a blessed seraphim to one of the great dukes of hell, a true ruler of the infernal realms. Think about it, what could lead a seraph to abandon paradise? What forces of temptation and vanity could be so powerful as to lead such a sublime angel astray? While you reflect on this, let's explore together the depths of the demonic figure of Astaroth. He is not just a symbol of power and corrupt knowledge, he is the personification of the temptations we face every day. Astaroth reminds us that pride and vanity are subtle traps, capable of transforming even the purest of beings. What makes Astaroth even more intriguing is his duality, a being who grants wisdom, albeit poisoned, to those who invoke him. Imagine having access to profound knowledge and occult arts, but at a terrible price. What would you do with this power? Could you resist the temptation to use it? Or would you fall, as he did, into the abyss of vanity and pride? Astaroth is often depicted riding a dragon, holding a serpent, its wings now a reminder of his former glory and his ultimate downfall. This iconography serves as a visual warning of the danger of seeking forbidden knowledge, a temptation that many before us have succumbed to. Let's now delve into 7 fascinating curiosities about Astaroth, which further reveal the complexity of this fallen angel. Each fact will bring us closer to understanding the enigma he represents. Are you ready for this journey into the heart of darkness and occult wisdom? Let's explore the figure of Astaroth together and discover what his stories have to teach us about human nature, power, and corruption. Hold on, because this is not a story for the faint-hearted. It's a story of power, seduction, and, above all, choice. So settle in and get ready for a journey into the unknown as we reveal the hidden secrets of Astaroth, the great Duke of Hell. Before his fall, Astaroth was not just an ordinary angel, he was a seraphim, one of the highest in the celestial hierarchy, one of the creatures closest to God. Seraphim are known for their incomparable devotion and unconditional love for the Creator, singing his praises without ceasing and radiating divine light. Imagine a radiant being with 6 dazzling wings, each shining with a purity that only the direct presence of God can bestow. The front wings cover his eyes in reverence, the middle wings fly, and the back wings cover his feet, symbolizing his humility and constant service. Astaroth, in this glorious state, was an angel of eternal love and adoration, a living flame that reflected God's glory to every corner of the universe. He danced among the stars, lighting up the heavens with his presence, his every move a song of praise, a tribute to the goodness and infinite power of the Creator. Now, think about the journey of a being so close to the divine, whose essence was permeated with love and light, and how he could deviate from this heavenly path. What could divert such a pure and powerful being from eternal love into the abyss? What desires or temptations could have been so strong as to make him choose darkness over light? This is the story of Astaroth, a narrative that invites us to reflect on our own vulnerability, our internal struggle between light and darkness, between vanity and humility. Like Astaroth, we too can face temptations that test our devotion and purpose. And it is this same story that calls us to question, can we recognize the traps of pride and vanity? And are we prepared to resist them? Astaroth's heavenly journey reminds us that falling can happen to anyone, even those closest to the divine. But it also offers us hope that by learning from his mistakes, we can strengthen our own spiritual journey and stay true to the path of light. Imagine the transformation of a glorious seraphim, one of the most resplendent and closest to God, into one of the great dukes of hell. This drastic change is not only a story of loss of grace, but also an intense and dangerous quest for power and earthly knowledge. Astaroth's fall is a powerful narrative that makes us reflect on the dangers of pride and vanity, forces capable of transforming the purest of lights into a deep darkness. Visualize a being who was enveloped in love and divine light, flying high in the sky with 6 shining wings. A being whose purpose was to worship and serve the Creator with all its essence. Astaroth's transformation into a Grand Duke of Hell symbolizes the magnitude of the deviation that pride can cause. It is a fall from an unimaginable height, a departure from eternal love into the abyss of vanity and unbridled ambition. This shift also leads us to consider the choices we make in our own lives. What can lead us away from what is right and just? Can the desire for power and knowledge corrupt us as much as it did Astaroth? And, more importantly, how can we avoid following the same path he chose? Astaroth's story serves as a powerful warning about the dangers of seeking what doesn't belong to us. His transformation from a being of light into one of the rulers of darkness makes us think about the fragility of human nature and how easily we can be seduced by empty promises of power. This story teaches us the importance of remaining humble and faithful to our principles, even when we face the strongest temptations. Astaroth, now as one of the great dukes of hell, carries with him a deep association with knowledge and wisdom, although these gifts are now corrupted. Occultists and scholars of the mystical arts often invoke Astaroth to gain a deep understanding of the sciences, arts and secrets that many believe are hidden in the shadows. Imagine having the chance to gain insights into the mysteries of the universe, a source of knowledge that could transform the way you see the world. The promise of such hidden secrets is tantalizing, and that's exactly what makes Astaroth such a fascinating and dangerous figure. This quest for wisdom, however, comes at a high price. The knowledge Astaroth offers is poisoned, fraught with dangers that can corrupt the soul. The wisdom he grants is tinged with darkness, evidence of the fall of a being who was once a pure source of light and truth. This duality of Astaroth makes us question, how far are we willing to go in our quest for knowledge? What are we willing to sacrifice to discover the secrets of the universe? When we consider the figure of Astaroth, we are led to reflect on the limits of human knowledge and the consequences of going beyond those limits. Does the desire to know more make us wiser or just lead us into a trap of vanity and arrogance? Astaroth challenges us to consider the true value of knowledge and wisdom, reminding us that the search for truth must be guided by humility and not pride. This narrative entangles us in a web of intrigue and mystery, while at the same time warning us of the dangers that the pursuit of corrupted wisdom can bring. The figure of Astaroth is an invitation to explore the deepest recesses of knowledge, while pondering the choices we make along our own journey of discovery. In art and literature, the representation of Astaroth is laden with symbolism that evokes both his celestial origin and his transformation into a fearsome entity. Visualize a grotesque being, a mixture of angelic beauty and demonic terror. Astaroth is often depicted with wings, a disturbing reminder of his former glory as a seraph. These wings, once symbols of purity and closeness to God, now bear the weight of his fall, becoming a testimony to his corrupted and dangerous nature. The image of Astaroth riding a dragon further accentuates his position as one of the great dukes of hell. The dragon, a mythical creature associated with brute force and destruction, reinforces the overwhelming power that Astaroth wields in the kingdom of darkness. This dramatic scene of a fallen angel dominating a ferocious beast makes us question the extent of the power he gained after his fall and how he uses this power to influence and corrupt. In addition, Astaroth is often depicted holding a serpent, another powerful and archetypal symbol of temptation and deception. The serpent takes us back to the Garden of Eden, where forbidden knowledge was offered to Adam and Eve. In his hands, the serpent symbolizes cunning and the ability to seduce the unwary, offering them knowledge and power, but at a terrible price. This complex iconography of Astaroth takes us on a visual and emotional journey, exploring the duality of his existence. On the one hand, he is a reminder of the heavenly heights from which he has fallen. On the other, he personifies the danger and corruption that accompany the quest for earthly power. The representation of Astaroth in art and literature invites us to reflect on human nature and the temptation to give in to the darker side of our own soul. One of Astaroth's main functions is that of tempter, inciting humans to succumb to vanity and pride. This constant temptation is a reflection of their own fall, driven by these same sins. Imagine the subtle and persistent influence of Astaroth, whispering in your ear, fanning the flames of vanity that reside within each of us. The desire to be recognized, to be admired, may seem innocent at first, but it's a slippery slope that leads to arrogance and selfishness. Astaroth knows these human weaknesses well. He exploits them, offering praise and promises of greatness, inflating the ego of those who listen to him. Think about how many times you've been tempted to brag about an achievement or belittle someone in order to feel superior. These are moments when Astaroth's influence can be at work, leading us away from the path of humility and compassion. This narrative warns us about the dangers of letting ourselves be carried away by vanity and pride. The figure of Astaroth reminds us that these are the same sins that led to his downfall, turning a glorious seraph into one of the great dukes of hell. As we reflect on his story, we are encouraged to examine our own lives, recognize our weaknesses and resist the temptations that can lead us away from our deepest values. This internal struggle between vanity and humility, between pride and compassion, is a battle we all face at some point in our lives. The story of Astaroth serves as a powerful reminder that by recognizing and confronting these temptations, we can choose a different path, one that leads to true wisdom and enlightenment. The figure of Astaroth takes on an even more fascinating dimension when we explore his role in the Lemegeton, also known as the Lesser Key of Solomon. According to this work of ceremonial magic, Astaroth is one of the 72 demons that the wise and powerful King Solomon is said to have subdued and imprisoned, using the power of a ring given by God. This act of control and confinement symbolizes the struggle between good and evil, divine wisdom confronting demonic cunning. Imagine the scene: King Solomon, known for his incomparable wisdom, facing Astaroth, one of the most powerful dukes in hell. With his intelligence and unwavering faith, Solomon manages not only to resist the temptations and power of the devil, but also to control him, demonstrating the supremacy of light over darkness. This narrative makes us reflect on the power that knowledge and faith can have when facing seemingly insurmountable forces. Astaroth's presence in the Lesser Key of Solomon highlights his importance and power within the infernal hierarchy. He's not just another demon, he's one of the main ones. This begs the question, what does it mean for a being of such power to be subjugated by a human king? What is the secret behind Solomon's ring that allowed him to control such powerful beings? This story is a reminder that, even in the darkest situations, there is hope and light for those who seek the path of righteousness. Solomon's victory over Astaroth inspires us to believe that, with the right wisdom and faith, we can overcome any challenge. This narrative motivates us to seek wisdom in our own lives, not to underestimate the power of knowledge and to have faith in the power of good to triumph over evil. Some scholars suggest an intriguing link between Astaroth and Astarte, an ancient Semitic goddess known for her power over fertility and war. This theory points to the fascinating idea that deities venerated in ancient times have been reinterpreted in demonological contexts, transforming from divine beings into demonic figures over the centuries. Imagine the complexity of this transition. A goddess once worshipped and respected is demonized and transformed into a feared and dangerous figure in the infernal hierarchy. This reinterpretation leads us to consider the fluidity of mythology and religion over time. What leads a culture to transform a god into a demon? What social, political, or religious forces are at play? The connection between Astaroth and Astarte challenges us to reflect on how our own beliefs and narratives are shaped and how they can change over time. In exploring this relationship, we are confronted with the reality that history is written by the victors, and mythological figures are often reshaped to fit the dominant narratives of an era. Astarte, a goddess associated with life and death, creation and destruction, is now seen in a completely different light as Astaroth, a symbol of corruption and temptation. This transformation makes us think about how we perceive the sacred and the profane, and how these perceptions can be manipulated. The story of Astaroth and Astarte is a powerful reminder that we should question the narratives we are presented with and seek to understand the roots and motivations behind these transformations. It is an invitation to explore deeper into the layers of history and mythology, and to discover the hidden truths behind the figures that populate our tales and beliefs. As we delve into the depths of Astaroth's history and mythology, we are confronted with a fascinating and disturbing enigma. From his origin as a glorious seraphim to his rise as one of the great dukes of hell, Astaroth's journey is a tale of drastic and complex transformation. His connection with Astarte and his change from a revered goddess to a feared figure reveal the fluidity and impact of beliefs and narratives over time. Astaroth, with his majestic wings now marked by corruption, riding a dragon and holding a serpent, shows us the duality of human nature and the struggle between light and darkness. He is the personifier of temptation and vanity, a dark mirror that reflects our own inner challenges and the choices we make in our quest for power and knowledge. But what do we learn from this complex and multifaceted figure? Astaroth's story challenges us to look inside ourselves and question our own motivations and weaknesses. It makes us reflect on the dangers of vanity and pride and reminds us that, even in the deepest darkness, there is a lesson to be learned and a chance for redemption. As we explore these stories and myths, we are invited to contemplate the power of the choices we make and the way we face our own inner demons. Astaroth's journey is a metaphor for our own spiritual journey, an opportunity to confront what is hidden in the shadows and emerge stronger and more enlightened. So, as you bring this fascinating exploration to a close, ask yourself, how does Astaroth's story resonate in your life? What are the challenges you face, and how can you use the lessons learned to turn your own shadows into light? Astaroth's story is not just an ancient tale, but a mirror for the journey we all travel. May we learn from its lessons and find our own light amidst the darkness. So, explorers of the unknown, what did you think of Astaroth's incredible and complex story? From a glorious seraphim to one of the greatest dukes of hell, Astaroth's journey is a powerful lesson in transformation, temptation, and the quest for power. It's fascinating how one figure can symbolize so many aspects of human nature and make us reflect on our own challenges and choices. If you were as fascinated as I was by this story full of twists and mysteries, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming adventures into the world of mythologies and mysteries. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video and share your opinions in the comments below. We want to know what you think about Astaroth and if there are any other themes you'd like to explore with us. Continue with us and dive even deeper into the videos that are appearing up here on the screen. Each one is a new opportunity to uncover secrets, explore stories, and broaden your knowledge. Thank you very much for watching to the end. Your presence is essential for our growth and for us to continue bringing you incredible content. Until the next adventure, and may your curiosity continue to light your way.